I saw you made a video on the Hasan stuff. I'm just wondering what you think of that.
Bro, that guy's such a freak, man.
Millionaire streamer Hasan Piker claims that a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you in the same way that streaming absolutely will.
A real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
Alrighty fellas, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Now, I do apologize for the delay in uploads. I was absolutely ready to start coming back and making content, roll my sleeves up, get right back into things. And then everybody started talking about Bosch and horse, and I'm not gonna lie, bro, I didn't want any part in that. I understand that from like a business perspective, it probably would have been like the only smart option for me to do. Same with the 2MAD stuff. But at the end of the day, I do have stuff that I'm interested in talking about and stuff that I'm overtly disinterested in talking about. And I think I spent far too long like forcing myself to do things that I don't enjoy with this channel, which for those of you that aren't able to already guess, ends up resulting in diminishing returns. So I'm gonna just try and make videos that I actually give a fuck about, and I guess I figured I could throw together a little something with this topic for you guys today. So before we do get into the video, I do just want to ask if you guys enjoy at any point, be sure to leave a like. Of course, it takes you guys no time at all and helps my content reach more people. Of course, if you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe and turn those notifications on. And with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get on into this video.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
So there it is. There's the clip that Hasan has been going viral on Twitter for the past 24 hours or so. And I think it's pretty obvious as to why that clip has been going as viral as it has been. Now, people have been absolutely destroying Hasan over on Twitter for this clip, and I don't really blame people. Hasan is somebody that's really easy to shit on. At this point, I would consider him low-hanging fruit in terms of people to criticize, just because the guy is so demonstrably uninformed about pretty much anything he talks about. But in this situation in particular, okay, hear me out, fellas, right? I don't think Hasan deserves to hate. I know, you're gonna fucking hate me for just saying that. But the reason that I do say that is because the clip that I showed you guys before was about 15 seconds long. It's the clip that initially went viral on Twitter and caught everybody's attention. And why wouldn't it have, right? That 15 seconds that I showed you guys, basically Hasan is saying that 9 to 5 jobs are easier than streaming. Absolutely delusional take. Only that's not quite exactly what Hasan was saying in his stream. There was context left out of this clip that went viral on Twitter, and this added context that wasn't in the initial clip that caught everybody's attention. It actually makes me sort of understand what Hasan was trying to say at this point of his stream. Honestly, man, I never thought the day would come that I would be defending Hasan Piker, but here we are. I don't see it becoming a very common theme on the channel, trust me. There's a reason I haven't made any videos on Hasan at all on this channel in the 3 years it's been around, and it's simply because I just don't like the guy enough to even farm impressions off of him. Like, think about it from my perspective, how beneficial it would be for somebody like me to talk about Hasan like multiple times a week, every single time he says something that's inaccurate, but I just can't be bothered. Anyways, man, without any further ado, I will go ahead and run that clip that I mentioned before, the extra little bit of context that was left out of the initial tweet, and you, the viewer, can be the judge of this situation after you see the clip yourself, because at this point, man, Hasan is being absolutely roasted on Twitter by tons of different people, and like I said earlier, I just don't think he deserves it with all the context given, but we'll discuss it all afterwards.
No. Social battery wise, unless you're in fucking retail, it's very different. You're out of touch. I'm gonna die, dude. There's motherfuckers who are accountants in here and they're misunderstanding what I'm saying. A real job does not expend your social battery in the same fucking way as someone who did a sales job, a real job. Okay. I'm telling you, as someone who did both, like 9 hours of constant performance and people pleasing taps you out from social scenarios. After 9 hours of that, I could probably do fucking physical labor. It would not bother me, but I can't fucking do more social shit. That's my point. There are obviously real jobs out there that are good comparisons. Service sector, people pleasing jobs would be very similar. Those are like, I think, customer service type shit. But like if you're an accountant or if you're even like in sales, my interactions with clients was limited, way more limited than like constantly having to do this for 9 hours with like a back and forth interaction for 9 hours. That's what like sucks your social battery and you just tap out after it. Yeah, think about it this way. Like you give presentations for your job, right? Imagine giving a presentation for 9 hours straight. It's like after a while you would be like, I don't want to talk ever again.
So with all the added context taken into consideration, I can sort of see where Hasan is coming from with what he's trying to say here. At first, it's very obvious not a lot of thought went into him explaining what he was really trying to say, because it really did come off like he was trying to say, you got it way easier at your 9 to 5 than I do sitting in this streamer chair every day. But when his chat started confronting him on what he'd said, he explained himself a little bit better, and what he ended up explaining was that all he was trying to say is that streaming is a really socially draining job. I don't know what inspired him to bring this up. I'm not sure why somebody that makes tens of millions of dollars a year would even be mildly inclined to complain about their career. But regardless, with the context taken from the last clip that we looked at, I think it's safe to assume that Hasan wasn't necessarily trying to say that streaming is more difficult than 9 to 5 work in every single capacity. I think that's very safe to say at this point. Maybe he does actually think that. I don't know the guy, but from everything I've seen, everything I've been able to gather, it really does look like he was just mentioning in passing on one of his 9-hour streams how socially draining streaming can be. And this is something that I can attest to. I don't live stream on my channel now, but I did back in the day, and I did a lot. I would stream for 5, 6, 8 hours sometimes myself, and I didn't even really make money from it. I think sometimes I'd make $100 a stream, and that was huge to me. I'd lose my mind. Regardless, even though I'd only be streaming to an audience of 10, 20, maybe 50 or 60 sometimes people, by the end of even a 5-hour stream, I absolutely would have been more mentally tapped out than I would have been by the end of an 8-hour retail shift. Like when Hasan says he could get done a 9-hour stream and go do physical labor after that no problem, I feel that. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at it from a different perspective as well. My background is in sales. That's what I do for a living. And while the next thing I'm about to say might upset some people, whatever you do for a living, sales is probably harder. Sales probably takes more effort in pretty much every capacity. Obviously, I'm not out here on the front lines fighting for my country or laying the pavement that we drive to work on. I'm not doing strong macho man work or anything like that. You guys, you laborers, you have me outclassed. I'll give you that. But the whole point I'm trying to get at is sales is an incredibly draining job, man. I have no gas after even a 4-hour shift of sales. I have no gas left in the tank, man. Absolutely none. All these patches you see on my YouTube channel over the past year or so is because of sales. I cannot do YouTube and sales all at the same time, because when you do sales, you never really leave work, ever. You're constantly trying to improve. You're constantly restructuring your pitch. You're constantly trying to educate yourself further, because you never really get to be the best at sales. You never even really get to a point where you're acceptable, because the playing field is changing so much. There's so much competition. It's so oversaturated. The list goes on and on and on. The factors go on and on and on. But sales, at the end of the day, as somebody that does the work for a living, I get where Hasan is coming from in this clip. It's a different kind of energy that's exerted. I totally get why everybody dogpiled on Hasan initially when this situation came to light. Multiple creators made videos on it literally less than an hour after it came out. And I get it, man. Hasan is, like I said at the start of the video, super low-hanging fruit. And not low-hanging fruit in a way that's sad to go at. It's low-hanging fruit in a way that's he's a lol cow, right? He's a lol cow. But we did eventually receive a little bit more context to the clip. Somebody just ripped a small, tiny clip out of Hasan's stream and made it look like he was saying 9 to 5 work is way easier than streaming. Like I said before, maybe he does hold this belief and I'm defending him for no reason in this video, just being a contrarian for the sake of it. But based on everything that I've seen so far, it looks like I said before, he was just mentioning in passing on one of his 9-hour streams in a quick 20-second clip that streaming exerts your social battery a lot more than a lot of other real jobs do. Anyways, man, that's my opinion on the situation. I'd love to know what your guys' is. Let me know down in the comments below. Like I said before, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy at any point. Sub if you are new. And with all that out of the way, I'm out of here. Peace.